Now we have a judge in Florida. We're lucky to have this judge, Aileen Cannon. Former federal prosecutor, former partner at a major law firm, but they ridicule and attack her. Who? The likes of Andrea Mitchell, who has an IQ of a kumquat. Who's wrong about everything. Who's lined up with the hardcore Democrat left. Who defended Biden's insanity. She should have been yanked a long time ago. She should have gotten the hook a long time ago. She's dishonest. She's an intellectual fraud. But aren't they all? So here's what happened, just so you understand.
Tell me what happened.
You're in the right place at the right time.
Sweet.
Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States, and his handpicked hatchet man, Jack Smith,
Freaking flying, dude.
they're preparing a report about, among other things, the document case in Florida. And this report, as I understand it, was going to talk about all the things they were going to do to prove that Donald Trump is a criminal. And they were going to release it right before the inauguration. Now, let's stop right there. You're the smartest of all audiences. I tell people this all the time. You're the smartest of all audiences, or you wouldn't be here.
Oh, shut.
You'd be listening to some dope down the channel or something else. Number one, she ruled that his appointment is unconstitutional. Number two, they appealed it, but they've dropped the appeal because they're not proceeding with the case. Number three, he shouldn't be filing anything in her courtroom because she ruled he doesn't exist. And they dropped the appeal. But he's doing it anyway.
Jeez.
Clearly at the direction of the Attorney General. That's just for starters.
This bill is so busted.
Now, you know there's
They're
two
nerfing
co-defendants.
this. There's no way.
Because this
There's no
not so
way
special
that they're going to let
prosecutor
this bill stay like
wanted
this.
to really put pressure on the conviction of Donald Trump over documents. Documents. Well, these two co-defendants, they're not buckling. They're sticking by their stories. But they didn't drop the case against them. The Department of Justice, in the form, I guess, of the U.S. Attorney down there, claims that they're going to continue the case. Now, when Pam Bondi takes over, hopefully things will be much different, and I'm sure they will be. But that's the state of play right now. That's the state of play right now. You can't put out a report as a nobody, not even a special prosecutor, talking about all the crimes that were committed in this case when you still have two defendants violating due process, violating equal protection, violating basic rights to go back 1,000 years. Your right to confront the prosecutor and the allegations against you. You don't get to write a report and just spill it out there in the public because you want to try and humiliate and embarrass and character assassinate a man who's about to be sworn in as president of the United States. Have you ever seen anything so political in your life? From soup to nuts, the bringing of the cases, the way they treated these cases, the SWAT team at Mar-a-Lago, and now this. And now this. And by the way, the slimeball who should be disbarred, who worked for Jack Smith, who directed the use of a SWAT team against the Trumps at Mar-a-Lago, he just resigned the other day. You want to know why? He's a puke coward. He's a coward. He doesn't want to face the office of professional responsibility. He doesn't want an ethics investigation of him. So he resigned. That slimeball nobody. He'll wind up on CNN and MSNBC, just like all the other reprobates who were one step ahead of the jailhouse. But there was every reason for Judge Cannon to rule as she did. Now, she put the report off for now, suspended it. And this report is produced as a matter of regulation. It's supposed to be confidential to go to the Attorney General. The Attorney General wants it. Smith wants it, who's a nobody, in order to have a final smear of Donald Trump. This is our Department of Injustice today. There it is. So the judge rules, no, I'm on to you. You know, she's not an idiot like Chunkin. She's not a lapdog for the Democrats like Chunkin. The judge in Washington, D.C.
Damage.
I don't even think she read anything. Who filed it? Oh, Smith, here. Rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp. She turned her courtroom inside out and upside down, violated God knows how many rules in order to accommodate the government. This is what we're faced with. This is what we're faced with in New York. With this clown Mershon, who should be disbarred. But you'd have to go to the authorities, the legal authorities in New York. They're not going to disbar him. They'll probably give him an award.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
So the judge says, no.
I
I want you to listen to Andrea Mitchell, who doesn't have a legal degree, who doesn't have an ounce of intelligence.
You kidding me?
Who's been so
I'm gonna have to go all the way back and pick up this fucking
outrageous
cord,
as a
dude?
phony report on MSNBC. The idea that she still has a job
Kidding me?
is a bleeding hemorrhoid on the body of America media. She's a bleeding hemorrhoid on the body of America media. That's right, Andrea. Cut 5, go.
Well, the 11th Circuit would be hearing a case that had already been decided in many other districts, that special prosecutors are legal.
Okay, hold on. What the hell are you talking about? They dropped the case. What do you mean the 11th Circuit will be hearing the case? You're such an idiot. You don't even know the state of play. That's number one. That's number one. Number two, it's not a matter of whether special prosecutors
Didn't I pick it up? Where the fuck is it at? Oh.
are legal, say other circuits. Tell us, which other circuit said so?
Because
Under the Independent Counsel Act, which hasn't existed for years, the Supreme Court upheld the Independent Counsel, the statute that was passed and so forth, but it was so bad that Congress got rid of it. Is that what she's talking about?
the best there is.
Is that what she's talking about?
Oh my.
There were a lot of problems with the appointment of Jack Smith. I won't bother you with him, but it distinguishes his appointment from all past special prosecutor appointments under the regulations in place at the Department of Justice. He hadn't been an employee of the Department of Justice, and I can go on and on and on. So there is a myriad of distinctions between the two, but she's too stupid or too ideological to give a damn. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. Go ahead.
Cannon, and we know that she has done some very unusual decisions.
So she's trashing the...
Are you not allowed to play ASOT? I don't understand.